Hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel HR Talks with Khaula. And today we're going to talk about a phenomena which is quietly making some waves in the corporate world. And that is quiet quitting. Interesting, right? But what does this actually means for employees and for companies? And how we, the HR folks, can dive in and fix this as well. Let's get right into it. We're going to discuss what does we actually mean by this, quiet quitting, and how can HR provide some solutions and act on those solutions in the company to fix this as well. Let's do that. Is actually this phenomena quiet quitting? Quiet quitting is when employees actually do the bare minimum, are there but actually not mentally present to add any value to the company. So, take an example of ghosting, but this ghosting is ghosting your workplace. So, they're not leaving, but they're also not present in the workplace 100% as well. For example, you all can recall one co-worker who completely shut down the laptop once the clock hits 5 p.m. Oh, day end, boom, I just want to go. So, they are doing the bare minimum and they're not putting in a minute extra or putting in any value more than what they're required to do. So, this is quite the phenomena which is going around and creating some buzz in the corporate world. Often it's looked upon that why employees do quiet quitting is because they feel undervalued at their current workplace and they feel their growth has become stagnant as well. So, in fact, a very interesting study by Gallup says that right now only 32% of employees feel engaged at their particular workplace, leaving a whooping of 68% disengaged at their workplace, or maybe they're quietly quitting. Quite interesting, right? So let's take a very clear example of an employee named Sarah. So previously, Sarah used to be a person who liked going an extra mile, who used to raise hands to take up new projects, who used to add value, used to add new ideas to any process that is being done, or always been an effective part of making a positive change in the organization. But suddenly, Sarah is logging out on time, sometimes even before that. So Sarah is there and working the bare minimum hours, but is actually checked out. Sound familiar? Looks like someone has become a part-time employee at a full-time job. So this is my favorite part of the video. How can HR fix it? Well, how can HR actually tackle this problem? Well, we are the HR Marvels and I'm going to give you 5 solid tips to solve quiet quitting or actually help your organization deal with it in a way that organizations and employees are equally helped in the process. Tip number 1. Open real-time feedback channels. Doing annual feedback is just like asking for a sequel of a movie you never asked for, because literally you're getting to heard at the end of the year that you've done a good job. Nobody wants to wait that long. What I would suggest is you should have weekly, and if not weekly, which is too much for you or your organization, you can do monthly feedback sessions where employees get to know what have they done good, what could have been improved, and what are their chances to grow as they go ahead in their work in their particular organization. So if you do it at least once a month and a real feedback loop is available for HR can have a lot of data to work on creating engagement with employees and also work on their growth plans as well. So, create real-time feedback loops and channels more than once a year. Tip number 2. Offer career development. When employees feel stuck at a certain level in their career or at their job, they naturally disengage. So one way to re-engage your human workforce is to plan upskilling and reskilling for the employees. Huge companies like Amazon and many other are investing billions in upskilling and reskilling programs of their workforce. And on that topic, I've talked in detail in my last video, which is specifically focusing on reskilling and upskilling tips for employees in the age of AI. So if you want to have a look at that, please do look at my last video. For now, Nothing says it better that we care for you in the current age than let us help you learn AI. So, just in case you're looking to start the reskill or upskill program, here is a good start. Tip number 3, focus on work life integration. Instead of pushing work life balance, in the age of digital and automation, you should focus on work life integration. Actually, companies and HR should push employees to learn more automation and more digital solutions to work around their manual tasks. So they should have and they should research and work around more automation solutions in order to complete their tasks before time, and they don't have to stay till midnight as well. So let's face it, nobody gets a trophy for staying late. This is an age of working smart and not working extra hard. For example, those teams who work on different project management apps or Slack integration find a way to complete their manual tasks or their tasks beforehand, and they're not spending the night in the office. Isn't it a win win? Tip number 4, recognize and reward effort. Sometimes employees feel disengaged when they feel their efforts and their hard work is not being appreciated. Sometimes it's not the end of quarter bonus that is going to add value to an employee in order for the employee to stay engaged throughout the quarter, but a simple thumbs up, a shout out in the meeting, or a thank you badge on the company's dashboard is going to make the employee feel really valued. So, it's a little gesture, but trust me, it goes a long way. Always recognize and appreciate your employees, or if there is no recognition plan or strategy, you can always work on one. It is the most cost effective but has the most impact as well. Tip number 5, give people some flexi work hours and let them decide their routine as well. So I know it is easier said than done, and not all companies can immediately adapt that, but we, the HR folks, the HR marvels, can definitely find some ways around it in order to make sure that wherever an employee is, location wise, and at whatever time the employee is more productive, should avail that time to complete the tasks. With some planning and with some integration, I'm sure that this is achievable. For example, at Japan Microsoft Office, they've experimented with a 4 days work week and their productivity boosted to 40%. So, why not try it your organization and see if this makes the positive impact that it is making globally as well. So there you go, people. Quiet quitting is quite real, and you will know when something is off. So why not intervene at the right time, applying all these tips or some of them, and tackle it in the most productive way and make your workplace the most thriving one for the employees. So let's keep this conversation going, and I would love to know your views on quiet quitting in the comments below. Hey, wait! Don't quietly quit on me. If you like what we have talked about, I would really love for you to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and family as well. Bye! Till next time, take care.